Dann wollen wir mal die Motoren starten, wa?
Alright, let's see what's out there.
Abheben. Abgehoben ist er. Abfahrt.
Looks peaceful from up here, doesn't it?
Nach Akira City wollen wir. Das wird dann in die Richtung. Habe ich was im Graph? Ja. War nicht viel, aber ein bisschen.
Must have been a good jump.
Welcome
We're
to
still in
Pre-Star
one
Space.
piece.
We're gonna do a quick scan for contraband. You could be on your way. Alright, you're good.
Ja, danke. Ich, runter da. Ja.
Aquila would be a quaint world to retire on, if the damn wildlife wasn't so hostile.
Ja, wäre. Ist es aber nicht. Wie viel Platz haben wir eigentlich noch in unserem Dings hier? Hab ich? Ne, habe ich nicht.
Got a freighter coming soon. No time to talk.
Weil kommt ein Frachter, ich muss arbeiten. Ja, dann arbeite. Die SNN. Okay, wir müssen wohl zum Bossy-Boss da oben.
Hey, Deputy.
Hey, gute Helga. Du musst noch höher. Wann das? Ich glaube hier oben,
New
ne?
deputy,
Ja.
huh?
Ja. Ich kann Deputy. Ich mach schon mehr als die
Not
alle
everyone
anderen.
gets to say they work the raw.
Alex.
Our newest deputy.
Hey.
Hey, I wondered when you might come by. I'm Alex.
Hi,
Nia's
Alex.
report said you were heading for Neon? I've always wanted to go there. What did you think?
Warum fliegst du nicht einfach mal selber nach Neon?
Oh, I can't fly anywhere. Issues with my Eustachian tubes. Being in a pressurized environment is like someone taking a laser cutter to the sides of my head. It's not great, but at least I can pretend to visit the party capital of the galaxy by having you tell me about it.
Okay. War nicht so mein Fall. Ja.
What? You serious?
You're
Well,
serious.
First.
Du Lügner.
I guess not everyone likes to have a good time. Speaking of which, on to business. So how'd it go? Turn up anything useful?
Kannst du mir helfen, dieses Slate zu entschlüsseln? Ranger Price sagt, du kannst diese verschlüsselte Slate knacken. Dieses Slate muss so schnell wie möglich entschlüsselt werden.
Oh, come to daddy, my sweet little mystery slate.
Das klingt so
I
komisch.
see lots of coffee and late nights ahead. Now, if you get any more of these, bring them to me. It helps if I can compare different instances of the encryption they're using. Just look for me up here. I have no life, so I'm not usually hard to find.
Okay. Wie lange dauert es, die Verschlüsselung zu knacken?
It'll take as long as it takes. You can't rush a job like this. But one thing I can promise you, though, is that it'll go a lot faster if I don't have to answer silly questions.
Gehst nicht viel raus, oder?
Oh, why should I? Nothing but dirt, cold air, and Ashta waiting for me out there. I like my nice, cozy, antisocial office space much more, thanks.
Okay, viel Spaß mit. Ich zähle auf dich,
You're
Alex.
counting on me. You know I outrank you, right?
Mir völlig
Please and
egal.
thank you go a long way when addressing your betters, rookie.
Interessiert mich nicht, Alter. Daniel Blake. Ich klau dir deine Pflanze, Kollege. So sieht das aus. Betreuer. Guck mal, deine Betreuerin ist auch schon hier, Kollege. Machst ja auf dicke Hose. Alex Black. Ja. Oh, hier ist eine Datenslate. Jacob Coe. Zurück aus dem Ruhestand. Ich weiß, Jacob, ich weiß, dass du raus bist, aber wir könnten wirklich Hilfe gebrauchen. Die UC werden immer dreister und du hattest immer ein gutes Händchen dafür, mit ihnen zu verhandeln. Oder zur Not gegen sie. Damit das Kollektiv weiterhin die Nase vorn hat. Ich will dich gar nicht bitten, wieder aus dem Ruhestand zu kommen, aber wenn du Teilzeit oder als Berater arbeiten würdest, könnten wir uns sicher auf eine faire Bezahlung... Das haben wir doch schon mal gelesen, oder? Oder sind die immer wieder neu hier? Das ist der andere Durchgang. Wir wollen nach oben. Arbeiten, Junge! Du stehst zwar einen Rang über mir, trotzdem bist du ein fauler Hund. Ja, wo geht's denn hier nach oben? Geh doch noch höher. Hier nicht. Ach, hier. Mr. Blake, Mr. Blake.
Welcome back. Any luck finding out who stole that ship from Hope Tech?
Jau, Bro. Ja, aber ich musste alles alleine machen. Ranger Price war keine große Hilfe. Ja, habe ich. Es war ein Schiffsdienst namens Grace Early.
Grace Early? Yeah, I've heard the name once or twice. Sounds like you're making real progress.
Ja. Danken kannst du mir, wenn ich die First ausgeschaltet habe. Ich finde, ich habe mir eine Beförderung mehr als verdient. Danke, ich habe den Bogen langsam raus.
You're off to a good start, but that's all it is. A start. What did you learn from the Starship Thief?
Die First hat einen Finanztyp namens Marco und jemanden namens Maya Cruz. Nicht viel, nur ein paar Namen. Marco war ein Jackpot. Ich habe die Namen von zwei hochrangigen First-Mitgliedern, Maya Cruz und Marco.
Now we're getting somewhere. Sounds like you've got a couple of new leads to follow up on. I have a guess who Marco might be. I served with Maya Cruz. She's a technical genius and an expert hacker. I could give you some background if you want it, or we can go straight to planning your next move.
Immer mal Hintergrundinfos.
They said she was a child prodigy, which probably explains her arrogance. Even so, she was fiercely loyal to Major Hull. I don't think she'd ever give him up. If you find her, don't expect her to cooperate.
Okay, die Orte... Du glaubst, du weißt, wer dieser Marco ist?
There was a mech driver in the 1st Cavalry named Marco Graziani. He came from money. And when the 1st Cav got a reputation as the top unit, he transferred in. Rumor was that bribes made it happen. Marco had a knack for getting hold of anything we needed. There was talk the family fortune came from smuggling, and I believe it. He had this dream to become a wealthy businessman when he got out. But I guess that got put on hold when they locked him up.
Okay. Ich brauche Infos, um sie aufzuspüren.
Like what?
Marco hält seinen Standort geheim. Wie kann ich ihn finden?
Around the time he got out of jail, we started hearing Marco's name in circulation. Word is he's heading up a smuggling racket. Based on what you've learned, I'd presume he's funneling his ill-gotten gains to the 1st. Ranger Autumn McMillan is out at Red Mile right now, looking into the smuggling operation. I suggest you pool your resources.
Okay.
Just remember, that's outside Freestar Collective space, so we've got no jurisdiction there.
Ich habe überall Befugnisse. Wohin würde man denn für eine langfristige medizinische Behandlung gehen?
Most likely place would be the clinic. It's in Freestar Collective space and provides the best medical services credits can buy. They also guarantee privacy, so it's an ideal place for someone trying to keep a low profile. Ranger Ben Armistead is posted there. I'll send him an update on the situation.
Reicht für den Anfang.
Your priority is to gather more intel about the 1st. What are they planning? Who are they working for? Where are they headquartered? Just remember that your targets were locked up because they were loyal to their unit. They think the Freestar Collective betrayed them. In other words, you ain't gonna get a warm welcome. So be careful.
Kein
Good hunting,
Problem.
Deputy.
Kein Problem. 7300 Credits. Geil. Gutes Geld. Gutes Geld. Oh. So, was haben wir denn noch im Questlog hier? Auf der Flucht. Reise zur Klinik. Was machen wir davon zuerst? Reise auf der Flucht. Red Mile. Na komm, wir gehen zur Klinik. Wir gehen zuerst zur Klinik.
He used to be an actuary. Kill for a cup of coffee.
Er könnte für einen Kaffee jemanden umlegen. Ah ja.
Greetings, Captain.
Direkt rein ins
I picked up
Cockpit.
something you might be interested in.
Abgehoben, Bro.
Liftoff looks good. All systems nominal.
Unser schickes Schiff.
Achieving orbit now.
Auf nach Narion. Haben wir schon mal auf der Red Mile? Was ist gerade gar nicht? Let's go! Oder ab für eine Mark 50.
Switching over to standard engines.
So, die Pala. Die Klinik. Ort entdeckt. Da wollen wir da mal ran.
Please respect priority docking for emergency patients. The clinic welcomes all.
Mhm. Dann docken wir da mal an. Angedockt.
Nice clean dock, Captain.
Ja, ich weiß, ich kann halt fliegen, ne? Ja, aha.
Things for you.
Ja, hast du?
Good day,
Schön,
Captain.
freut mich.
Ma'am, I'm just the courier.
I understand that. I'm
Salvato,
not blaming you
Lara
directly.
Darvish.
Dr. Salvato, how long have you been here?
About a year now, Doctor.
Paradiso.
And in that year, how many times have we had this conversation about late or missing shipments of supplies?
I believe this is the third time.
Yes, that sounds right. 3 times. I will be making it very clear to your superiors that lives are at stake, and the clinic requires reliable transport. If your company cannot meet our needs, someone else will.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Thank you, Dr.
Got
Salvato.
anything you need to
may return
offload?
your duties.
Trade authorities always buy. Kiosk right here for you.
Thanks for delivering critical supplies would be nice to hear once in a while. It's a grav drive. I literally can't get here any faster.
Ja, sehe ich auch so. Also die müssen sich auch mal ein bisschen entspannen hier, ne? Der Stift ist aber eigentlich...
Need some work done?
I hate this delivery run. Can't ever get here fast
Ja,
enough.
Lara Darvish.
It's encouraging to know that every case we cure here likely means dozens or hundreds more can be saved in the future. Welcome to the clinic. I'm Dr. Darvish, Chief of Medicine. Is there something I can do for you?
Ist das hier ein Krankenhaus?
I thought perhaps the name gave it away.
Oh, ich bin
This is one
voll
of the
der
preeminent medical care
Detektiv.
centers in the settled systems. We take our work very seriously.
Ich bin geschäftlich hier. Ich sehe mich nur um. Ich brauche medizinisches Material. Ich bin geschäftlich hier.
Are you? Because I don't have any appointments scheduled. We have a particular focus on astrovirology here. So the patients we take on tend to have unusual cases that require long-term care, and sometimes require unorthodox or experimental treatments. We have an excellent track record that speaks for itself, but it doesn't leave room for much else. Whatever business you may be here for, I trust that you will conduct it quickly, and do so without interfering with my staff or our operations.
Leitest du die Anlage hier?
I am, yes. I took over from Dr. Eswaran when he retired 9 years ago. While the clinic does occasionally take on research projects that have their own chain of command, I am ultimately responsible for the entire facility.
Gab es jemand einen Unfall?
The clinic has occasionally been faced with unique situations that might be considered hazardous in other facilities, but no, nothing that could not be contained and dealt with.
An was für Forschungsprojekten arbeitet ihr hier?
I'm afraid that information is confidential and restricted to our corporate partners funding the projects.
Das war alles, danke.
Certainly.
Was von Astrovirologie geredet? Was genau ist das?
There are hundreds, if not thousands, of new worlds that humanity has set foot on. While many don't host some sort of life, there are more than enough that do. Any one of those worlds could be inhabited by all manner of pathogens, things we've never seen and have no idea how to treat. Someone has to try and stay ahead of what could be a very deadly curve. Here at the clinic, we do our best.
Okay. Bin froh, dass ich einen Helm anhabe.
You wouldn't be the first to feel that way. There was a time I was mildly offended by it, but I've grown accustomed to it.
Okay.
If it makes you feel more at ease, be my guest.
Ich helfe dir gern bei deiner Forschung.
Would you now? Well, I suppose we could always use additional research specimens. The more data we have about what's out there in the settled systems, the faster we can diagnose novel illnesses. In theory, at least. I suppose we could consider you an independent contractor of sorts. Analgesics can offer some novel pathways in helping us manage our patients' pain. More examples from the worlds around us would be helpful.
Analgetikum. Wo bekomme ich die benötigten Ressourcen her?
What we're looking for are basic organic substances. They could come from any number of flora or fauna on countless worlds across the settled systems. Just keep your eyes open as you travel and harvest things when you find them. Or frankly, if you can find them at a reasonable price somewhere, purchase them. I'm less concerned with the source than the materials themselves.
Okay, spannend. Ich gehe mal hier rein. Freestyle Security.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks. They fly around like they own the settled systems. And they like to use old abandoned facilities as outposts. You know, the ones left over from the colony war.
Ich wollte einfach nur ein Hallo haben. Feuerlöscher.
Just 1 week without something weird. That's not too much to ask.
Aha, aha.
It'd be enough to know that the Rangers are keeping an eye on us, but to have it be my own husband, so comforting.
Braucht ihr wahrscheinlich alles nicht mehr, ne? Also.
Is this important? I'm a little busy.
Braucht einen Spüllappen, danke. Ari Miller.
When I told them I was good with computers, I didn't think they'd trust me with the entire clinic.
Arbeitest du immer nur an Computern?
Well, yeah, somebody has to. It's great medical care, but not the latest in support tech. Funding only goes so far, and most of it's prioritized for keeping patients alive. And there's still a lot of outdated UC tech behind the walls that needs interfacing, so I stay plenty busy.
Das ist doch schön. Hast du keine Angst, dass du dich mit irgendwas anstecken könntest?
You know, I used to. Then I realized I could catch something just about anywhere. And if I did, this would be about the safest place in the galaxy to be. So, I feel like it kind of all evens out.
Okay, dann kann die Lage doch nicht sein. Wenn die nicht einfach alles upgraden und automatisieren,
Well, then I'd be out of a job, wouldn't I?
Ah.
You're not entirely wrong, though. But someone would have to convince Dr. Darvish it was a priority, and I gave up on that effort years ago.
Was kannst du mir über die Anlage erzählen?
Oh, you're not familiar? I'll give you the quick version. UC built the station back in 2194. It was outside of their established territory, which caused a bit of a disagreement and a bit of a war. And after what I think most people would agree was much too long a period of time, the war ends. One of the terms was the station was handed over to the Freestar Collective.
Irgendwie ironisch, dass eine Station ihr Leben retten soll, ein Krieg geführt wird, ja.
Huh. Never really thought about it that way. Guess you're right. Although, is that really irony? I feel like I don't really understand what qualifies. So since then, the clinic's been under Freestar Collective control. Over 100 years now, I think. Over time, it started to focus more on weird things people picked up on all sorts of planets and space expeditions, became known for it, and now focuses on it almost exclusively. And here we are today, carrying on that work. Actually makes me feel kind of proud when I lay it all out like that.
Okay.
All right,
okay.
See you around.
Need to make sure those samples get disposed of.
Abby.
Doctor, we get the cases no one has ever seen before or doesn't know how to treat.
Du bist also neu hier?
New-ish. I've only been here a year, which, well, when you compare it against Dr. Darvish's career, it's not much, is it? I'm thrilled to have the opportunity, but it's been an adjustment. Very few cases here are simple, and most of them are medical emergencies.
Hast du auch irgendwann mal Pause?
I guess that depends on what you consider a break. We get some time to ourselves. We're not on call all the time, but we're never that far away from it either. Now that I think about it, I haven't actually left the clinic since I got the job. I actually hadn't really noticed.
Okay. Hast du nie Heimweh?
No, not really. This is my home now. The people here are wonderful, and the work we're doing is incredibly important. That's what really matters.
Okay.
I guess that depends on what you consider. We get some time to our... Now that I think...
Eine solche Routine kann auch Halt geben.
Sure, if you're the kind of person who deals well with it, not everyone does. I've seen a few colleagues need to leave after a few months. But I get it. If you can't deal with the circumstances, you're not going to be doing your best work.
Okay.
I guess that we get some time. Now that I think...
Ich könnte das ja nicht, ewig im selben Käfig eingesperrt zu sein. Deswegen fliegen wir auch immer rum.
It's not like I was surprised. I knew what I was signing up for. There's no other opportunity like this in the settled systems. It's not ideal, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Okay, danke.
Bye.
Bye. So,
I'm just a computer guy.
aber hat ja auch noch was zu erzählen, glaube ich, ne?
Oh, you're not familiar? UC built the station back in...
Ja, danke. Ein Streit um ein Krankenhaus klingt nach einem richtig miesen Grund für einen Krieg. Ja.
Not that many really good reasons for war, are there? I think it was more about the UC expanding into systems they didn't own. The principle of the thing, not the station itself. So since then, the clinic's been under Freestar Collective control. Over 100 years now, I think. Over time, it started to focus more on weird things people picked up on all sorts of planets and space expeditions, became known for it, and now focuses on it almost exclusively. And here we are today, carrying on that work. Actually makes me feel kind of proud when I lay it all out like that.
Okay, ich brauche noch mal dasselbe hier.
UC built the station, and after what I think...
Die UC haben den Krieg verloren.
I wasn't there, but it sounds like one of those situations where both sides claim they won, but the reality was that no one did. So since then, the clinic's been under Freestar Collective control. Over 100 years now, I think. Over time, it started to focus more on weird things people picked up on all sorts of planets and space expeditions, became known for it, and now focuses on it almost exclusively. And here we are today, carrying on that work. Actually makes me feel kind of proud when I lay it all out like that.
Das macht ihn richtig stolz. Dankeschön.
Get out of here before you catch
Diese schön ergänzenden Wörter. Rebecca Armistead.
Are you the courier? You're not really supposed to be back here. You can just drop the delivery off by the docking port and someone will take care of it.
Erschrocken sie guckt. Tauchen hier denn immer viele Kuriere auf?
Well, sure. We can't afford to run low on supplies. Never know what kind of medical emergency might pop up at any moment.
Ja, aber ich bin ein Kurier.
Well, then you won't have Dr. Darvish breathing down your neck at least. But, well, we're not really set up for having folks just milling about in here. It is a medical facility after all. If you could just do your best to steer clear of the doctors while they work and not interrupt things, I'd really appreciate it. And if you need anything, I'm right here, okay?
Okay. Arbeitest du gerne mit deinem Mann zusammen?
Well, I wouldn't really say we work together. It just happens to be in the same place. He has his job keeping the peace. I have mine keeping this place running. Truth be told, I think it might drive one or both of us a little crazy if we actually work together. But I do appreciate being able to see him every day. Even if it's just to pop over to his office and say hello or share a meal. It's nice.
It's nice. Du bist keine Ärztin?
Nurse supervisor, dear. I'm the one who takes care of all the doctors, as well as the patients. The more I can look after, the more the doctors can focus on patient diagnosis and treatment. Every role here is important.
Sehr aufregend sein, hier zu arbeiten.
Oh, sometimes sure. Somebody walks in or is dragged in with something we haven't seen before. You best believe it's all hands on deck. Have to find out if it's lethal or contagious, or both.
Du hast keine Angst, dass du krank werden könntest?
I used to. I think we all did to some degree when we started working here. But really, how does worrying help when you've got people to treat? It just gets in the way.
Ich würde das Risiko nicht eingehen.
Well, not everyone is cut out for it, that's for sure. Thankfully, some of us are. It's harder on the newer folks, that's for sure. You take that Dr. Salvato. Nice man, but he's a little on the skittish side. He's a good doctor, but just needs a little more confidence, you know?
Okay. Ist neu in der Klinik?
Only been here a year or so, which isn't much compared to some of us.
Ich würde keinen Arzt wollen, denn ich weiß, was er tut. Könnte ja eine Krankheit vortäuschen.
Oh, aren't you a dear? No, he'll do just fine. He just needs some time. Actually, now that we're talking about this, I wanted to do something nice for him. Give him a little pick-me-up. I overheard something about a meal he hadn't had in a long time. Thought maybe if I could deliver one to him, it'd be a nice gesture. You think you could help with that?
Ich stehe zu Diensten.
Aren't you just
Nette Sachen bin ich zu haben.
You know that Don's Roost restaurant in New Atlantis? The fancy one? Dr. Salvato was talking about the synth liver pate. Said he'd never forget it. You bring me a plate and I'll make sure we brighten up his day.
Okay. Bringe ich irgendwann mal vorbei. Wenn ich Zeit habe, ja? Dann mache ich das doch gern. Wen haben wir hier?
Oh, mind your step.
Was? Mein Notizblock. Meine Notizblöcke. Ja, aha. Notizbücher, endlich. Brauche nur noch, was brauche ich jetzt noch? 998 Stück. Ist das hier der Schrank von Dr. House oder was? Der Pflanze geht's da drin bestimmt richtig gut.
Never a dull moment.
Ihr haltet alle nicht viel. Sie setzt sich einfach an den Schreibtisch. So, ich arbeite jetzt hier.
Abby, how are you? Everything okay?
I'm certainly not bored. Thanks for asking, Rebecca. This year has really flown by.
The first couple of years are the hardest for sure. Getting used to it.
Klinikpersonal. Hier liegen auch einfach Müllsachen rum. Also das sieht hier aus, ne, Leute? Das ist ja unglaublich. Den Laden sollte man zumachen hier. Mit dem Müll hier auf dem Boden werden Leute ja nur noch kranker. Unglaublich, nicht zu fassen. Abby Eddie, mit der haben wir schon gesprochen. Secure Wing, da müssen wir auch wahrscheinlich dann noch bald hin. Gehen jetzt nochmal auf die andere Seite und schauen mal. Oh, hier, Staff Area. Die IP Wing. Tür verriegelt. Aha. Schere dürfen wir mitnehmen. Wir gehen hier mal rein. Staff Area. Hallo.
Problem?
Was? Sei doch nicht gleich so aggressiv, ey. Problem? Nein, verdammt. Voll Probleme. Ach ja, hier haben wir ein paar Becher. Wir auch mitnehmen. Ein Denierteller. Was? Kapitel 1. Erstmal das Alphabet und 1 bis 9. Alles klar. Kann ich nichts mit anfangen, macht aber nichts.
Oh, you look like I work here, right? A couple of patients didn't seem to think so.
Well,
Dr. Darvish took a chance on me, hiring me fresh out of training. Need to make sure she doesn't regret it.
Wer baut im Weltraum bitte ein Krankenhaus?
It's really a matter of safety, believe it or not. The types of things we work with here. Let's just say you wouldn't want them spreading on a populated planet. In here, we're all nice and isolated, just in case. Not the most comforting thought, but it's the truth.
Ja, okay. Was ist deine Aufgabe?
Tending physician. I'm new here, so really what I do is watch Dr. Darvish's every move and try to imitate it. Sounds a lot less impressive when I say it out loud.
Wenn ich kann, helfe ich gern.
Oh, well, that's appreciated. There really isn't anything you're qualified to do in here. No offense, of course. But, I do have some data requests from other facilities in the settled systems. Everyone always wants to know what we're up to.
Usual courier has been less than reliable lately. So if you could get this slate where it needs to go, that would help us. And put a few credits in your pocket.
Klar, mache ich. Ich brauche medizinische... Ich brauche Hilfe, Doc. Nee, brauche ich nicht.
Thanks for stopping by.
Und schon haben wir wieder einen Job. Wahrscheinlich das... Oh nee, ein Büro. Nein! Gerade geklaut. Hat aber anscheinend keiner mitgekriegt. Hallo. Anstatt diese Becher einfach aufzuheben, ey. So geil. Einmal liegen lassen und ein Schild drauf hinstellen. Wie geil. Wen haben wir denn hier Nettes? Erstmal sammeln wir den Kram ein hier. So, das nicht. Das ja. OP-Schade in... Ja. Eine Xenowurst. Ich gebe das Xenowürste. Klingt das lecker. Okay, wo ist der Arzt jetzt hin? Eine Kochstation. Wir könnten ja mal gucken, dass ich was kochen kann hier. Destilliertes Wasser, Shepherd's Pie, Alien Jerky. Können wir 9-10 Mal machen. Let's go, würde ich sagen.
Looks like you missed your calling.
Ja, was auch immer. So.
Hey, ever run into spacers? Scumbags and scavengers. They're like vultures, picking away at the leftovers of the
Hier haben wir seinen Alkohol versteckt. Ui. Was war denn hier noch? Ist hier eine Werkbank? Oh.
I am not permitted to perform medical practice. I have performed a cursory scan of your vital signs.
Ich bin am Ort. Bin ich froh. Ich lebe. Klinikpersonal, okay.
Need to make sure those files are backed up.
Wer bist du?
I'm sure there's someone else
Titus
that can help
Cassidy. Mr. Cassidy.
If you need assistance, please see Ari Miller at the desk.
Achso, ich dachte, rede mit uns.
Warning.
Er mag uns
This
nicht.
unit is not suited for addressing mental health concerns.
So. Zwei Cred-Sticks, die wir mitnehmen können. Wir dürfen kein Essen stehlen, aber Cred-Sticks dürfen wir stehlen. Das macht Sinn, ne?
Warning. This unit does not possess advanced surgical capabilities.
How does she expect me to get all this done by myself?
Hier gibt es aber oft Schränke, die irgendwie gleich aussehen, ne? Hier, der zum Beispiel. Genau selbe Kram wie drüben. Und hier auch. Passt. Hier fehlen nur 2 Sachen drin. So. Ein Thermoparasit. Alter, warum ist hier ein Thermoparasit? Warum kann der hier so rumkriechen? Die sind hier aber sehr sauber.
You appear dehydrated. I suggest the immediate ingestion of a moderate quantity of water.
Da ist einfach ein Thermoparasit. Warum? Okay, wir zischen mal durch. Wir gehen jetzt mal zum Personal, zum Wachpersonal hier. Aber unterwegs klauen wir noch ein paar Becher. Die braucht ja eh keiner. Vista Ranger Terminal. Das gehen wir jetzt aber nicht ran. Muss man das Bett machen, Kollege.
Between you and me, this place sees some weird cases. Gross ones, too.
Wieder das gleiche. Achso, das ist eine Waffe. Was denn hier noch so schön ist? Antibiotikum. So. Ben Armistead.
Yeah? Got some trouble?
No.
Oh, now hold on a minute. You're the new deputy, ain't you? You know, the marshal's been sending out reports, keeping us all in the loop in your investigation.
Super, dann spart uns das spart uns beiden Zeit. Gut, ich will nämlich keine Zeit mit der Erläuterung vergeuden. Dann weißt du, dass ich Mitglied der First aufspüre. Was sagt er über mich?
Well, now that'd be telling, wouldn't it? It ain't anything bad, if that's what you're wondering. You just keep your mind on the task at hand.
Okay, dann weißt du ja, dass ich Mitglied der First aufspüre.
And having some success, by the sound of it. Ben Armistead, pleased to meet you. Well, I guess that's the long and short of it. You're the newest member of the Rangers, and I'm the oldest. So, is one of them first mercenaries here at the clinic?
Vielleicht, sie musste operiert werden, aber ich weiß nicht warum. Sie hatte ein dringendes medizinisches Problem, also dürfte sie hier sein. Genau das will ich herausfinden.
Raring to go, huh? No better place in the settled systems to get medical treatment. You can bet it beats anything them UC piglets got. Ironic, given they're the ones who built it. I know just the man who can help you. Right this way, Deputy.
Okay. Mr. Armistead, bitte.
Just between you and me, I ain't entirely sure why someone felt the need to station a ranger out here. I'm not much more than a glorified bodyguard for Dr. Darvish. She's the one in charge around here. And she's also on the council of governors. Most of the staff don't seem fond of the idea of me being here.
If Ben hadn't been assigned here, I might have gone crazy.
Bunch of stuffy eggheads, if you ask me. Except Ari, that is. He's about the only one I can have a conversation with. Now, hey there, Ari. Working hard or
Du
hardly
schuftest du.
working?
Was für ein komischer Satz.
Hey, Chief. A little more of the former than the latter.
Going into medicine.
What brings you by?
Really sure.
Well, the deputy here could use some help. Came looking for someone who might be a patient.
I'll see what I can do.
Well, I'll leave you in Mr. Miller's capable hands. You need anything else, I'll be in my office.
Sehr gut, da drin war ich übrigens auch nicht. Das war ganz kurz. Dann reden wir mit ihm.
I'll try to help
Nochmal.
you, but our computer systems have been having some issues.
Auf einmal. Was verursacht denn die Probleme?
The patient records database is acting up.
Klar.
Access is a lot slower than normal, and I have no idea why. I'll look into it later. For now, let's focus on your investigation.
Okay, ich brauche Ergebnisse, keine Ausflüchte. Gib einfach etwas interessant. Die Frau, die ich suche, ist Computerexpertin.
Huh. Well, we don't give the patients free access to our computer system, so I doubt that's related. Still, it's worth keeping in mind. So who's the suspect you're after?
Ihr Name ist Maya Cruz. Hinter einer gnadenlosen Söldnerin namens Maya Cruz. Ich werde sie zur Rechenschaft ziehen. Hinter einer ehemaligen Soldatin namens Maya Cruz. Sie hat im Koloniekrieg tapfer gekämpft.
Former soldier, huh? Yeah, they say war changes people forever. Makes me sad, the thought of soldiers who come home and don't fit in anymore. The name's not ringing any bells, but maybe we can approach this another way. Do you know what was wrong with her?
Ist eine Kriminelle und wir kriegen, was sie verdient. Der Name reicht nicht? Eigentlich nicht. Ich weiß nur, dass ein langer Krankenhausaufenthalt nötig war und es dringend klang. Ja, ein wenig. Es war ein Notfall, der eine längere Behandlung benötigte.
That should help narrow things down. I can access the patient records from my terminal, assuming the database cooperates. Come on.
Okay. Mr. Miller.
Everything
Hallo?
good?
Du hast
We're here to
Nasen.
help.
Never a dull moment.
Ja.
Just checking in, dear. You doing all right?
Okay, give me just a minute here.
Really, you don't need to worry. I've got a year under my
Vielleicht kommt so
belt.
ein komisch.
Of course, dear.
Maya
I remember my
Cruz. Maya Cruz.
Ben hadn't
Come
been assigned to-
on, Maya. I need you to be in here. Okay, finally. Here we go. Oh. No matches
Oh.
found for a Maya Cruz.
Das war ja klar. Sprich mit Ari Miller. Erstmal klaue ich dir den Notiz.
If Maya's here, then she's got to be using an alias. Which actually makes a lot of sense if she's a wanted woman.
Wenn du nicht mehr zu bieten hast, bin ich alleine vielleicht besser dran. Was, wenn die Akte manipuliert wurde, also eine Sackgasse? Irgendjemand muss die Beschreibung noch wenigstens teilweise passen.
Yeah. Let me think for a second. All right, hang on. I know that we do have a few female patients staying with us. There's Candace... What's her last name? Doolin. Candace Doolin. And then there's the Nakamori woman. I think her name's Jane. I don't recall offhand what they're here for, but it's a start.
Das sind die einzigen zwei, an die du dich erinnerst.
Off the top of my head, yeah. That being said, we don't usually have a lot of patients staying here at any one point in time. Most people can't afford it.
Okay, ich rede mit den Patientinnen.
Sorry I couldn't be more helpful. I'll keep looking, see if I can turn up anything else useful.
Ist gut. Das ist wenigstens schon mal ein kleiner Anfang.